Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to finally transplant this poor, it's a Brassia Keilana, Keilana. Let's show you the tag here. I don't think it's gonna come in. Story of my life. Anyway, I bought this at the last Orchid show. Oh, that would be in either the end of February, early March. So I've had this for a really long time, and the gentleman that I purchased this from told me that they could be deflasked anytime. And he said probably sooner rather than later. Anyway, it is now almost January, and well, when you watch this it probably will be January, but it's December 30th today. So yeah, they're starting to yellow a little bit. Some of the roots aren't looking so good. It's been in here a really, really long time. I'm such a lazy gardener, I keep looking at it, I'm like, oh. But it's funny because I would have thought that having that much extra time in the flask would have made them much larger. But they really haven't grown very much. Some of them have done okay, but they haven't really grown substantially. So anyway, we'll take it out of the flask today, and we're going to pot them up. I was torn between just regular sphagnum moss and a fine fir bark mix. And I opted to chop up the sphagnum moss fine using some scissors that you can see right here, my little baby scissors. And I mixed the fir bark with the sphagnum moss. And I'm going to use this pot here with the terrarium lid just in the beginning stages, because they're moving from this bottle that probably has near 100% humidity to like 0% humidity. So I'm going to have this cover on there for a little while with the little vent open so that there is a little bit of airflow, but it still has high humidity. And I'm going to keep the mix moist, damp. Each day I'm going to make sure I'll mist them and I'll look after them, the poor little babies. So yeah, I'll bring you a little bit closer. We'll set this all up. I don't know how we're going to get this out yet. This is my first time deflasking anything, but I thought I'd bring you along. They recommend tweezers. Look at the root development down there in the bottom. It's really cool. They recommend tweezers. They actually recommend breaking the bottle. I'm going to try to pull the stuff out through the lid first, and if that works, fantastic. If it doesn't work, well, we'll resort to the breaking. So anyway, come on in. Don't want to waste much of your time. This could be a drawn-out video. Okay, so I'm armed with a skewer, a metal skewer, a baby spoon. Well, it's not a baby spoon, but it's a spoon. And I've got some peroxide. I'm going to pour myself a little dish of peroxide so that I can dip the little the babies into the peroxide so that there's no bacteria or anything on there. This is a 3% hydrogen peroxide, and this is safe for, say, brushing your teeth with. So it's not gonna do any harm. It'll also turn into water naturally. So anyway, I've got the mix here. I might as well get this out of the way. Just gonna throw this mix into the pot. This will be the last step here. Okay, and I'll save some for nestling around the roots later on. So I'm going to move that out of the way because that's not a big deal right now. First thing, we need to remove these little seedlings from this jar. And we need to, I have a bowl of regular water here. We need to make sure to get rid of all of the agar from the seedlings. So all of the nutrient gel that's in the bottom, we need to remove all of that. So let me see here. I'm just being very careful here. Sorry, I'm concentrating, not talking. I don't want to damage anything. Okay, so everything is is loosened and removed. This is really cool. I've never done this before. Again, I'm opting to not smash the thing just because I'll probably do more damage than not. All kinds of little things here. Just teeny little baby. Can you see that there? Really little. There's a bunch here. There's I think 3 plants there. Stick them in the water. A little bit that's left hanging on here. I bought this flask for $25 at the Orchid show, and I think it's a fairly good deal if you're rather experienced with orchids. It's a great way to save money. The downside to buying them as a flask is it can take several years to produce flowers, but that's not an issue. I don't really mind that. But if you're new to it and you only have one orchid, I wouldn't recommend getting something that's a seedling, because it will take a while for it to start to grow for you and flower. So I'm just going to play with the roots here a little bit, getting all of the agar off. I don't know why you have to take it all off. I think that this stuff it'll attract bacteria, and I think if you leave it on, there is a likelihood that it could spread into your plant. That's why everything done when you grow these from seed, you need to make sure that you're in a sterile environment, because bacteria will take over otherwise. Alright, so I'm cleaning them off nicely, being very careful not to damage any of the baby roots. Just very gently pulling on the black material. Well, this is turning out to be easier than I thought. Okay, so I've removed it all from the roots. Just dip everything in water here. Now, the experts will say that only take the good ones, only take the really, really strong ones, blah, blah, blah. And I can respect that if you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and you don't have space for little stragglers, little pipsqueaks. But realistically, for somebody, well, okay, I shouldn't count myself in this. Somebody who maybe only has 5 or 6 orchids, there's like 20 in here. There might maybe 5 or 6 really, really good ones, but then the rest are just little baby stragglers. Why not try to grow the stragglers? Worst case scenario, they die. Best case scenario, you have a fantastic dwarf variety of something that might have been thrown out before. So I'm just going to dunk these in some peroxide, and this will kill any bacteria that might be hanging out on these poor little things that were in a bubble. Okay, a lot of little teeny ones. To plant these really carefully. All right. So cool. Sorry, boring video alert. Might want to fast forward through this portion, but I say that now that I'm almost done. Okay, so now we got them all here. Get off my finger! You're cute, but get away from me. Gonna move this water out of the way. I'll bring back in our pot. We're just going to arrange these all in. I'm not going to give them individual pots yet. I'm just going to arrange them here, giving them a little bit more space, trying to cover the roots as best I can. We're just basically making a little community pot and seeing what survives. It's also easier to grow them in a group like this because if there is any problem, you can address them all. Because if one's going to have an issue, I'm sure they're probably all going to have a similar issue. Because they've all been growing in the same spot. This one's a really healthy looking one. It's quite large. It's got nice roots on there. Some of the roots don't look so good, but it's got some really nice white roots. Oh, it's 2 plants. Woo! I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we'll separate these out as best we can. Maybe I'll bring you in a little bit closer to the pot here. Just one sec. Ah, that's better. So, again, here's some lovely roots on this one. No pseudobulbs yet. That's okay. I'm going to put this right at the side of the pot. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. I'm not trying to dig them in deep. I just want to have the roots so that they have the nice moss close to them so that they're not going to dry out too quickly. Like I said, I'm going to have a little bit of, I'm going to spray it from time to time, and I'm going to have the humidity dome on there. So it shouldn't be too bad. The problem that I'll have to face is because I have the humidity dome on there, it's not going to have a lot of air circulation. And not a lot of air circulation can cause other problems. Could cause some rot, could cause some fungal problems. So we're going to have to watch this regularly. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully not all of them perish. Hopefully at least I get 5 or 10. And I'll have to make a label for these before we're done. Probably after the video I'll make a label, so I don't forget what they are. These last little ones I'll probably pretty well just lay on the surface because they're just teeny. Oh, I got more over here. Holy goodness. This is going to be a pretty sizable community pot, if I do say so myself. Should have went with a bigger size pot. I should have went with a 6-inch pot. Now I'm just throwing them in now. My goodness. Look at how many there are. Alright. Some lost little stragglers. Just place them in there. As we know, they're epiphytes, so their little roots will develop and do their thing. And I'm just going to take some of the leftover soil media. Just gonna be careful because I don't want to cover any of the crowns of the plants because that will for surely make them rot. I was just going to cover a little layer, but then that wouldn't be so good. I would lose some, and then if rot develops, then it's going to pass along to its buddy. And they're going to argue with each other. Why did you give me that? And then they'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Bill's just crazy. He's not paying attention to us. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. It looks like a pot full of grass. We're going to leave the lid on here. Like I said, I'll get a little tray for the bottom. There's no holes in the side of this pot. I was contemplating putting holes in there, but then I thought I don't want it to dry out too quickly. I'll wait and see how things develop, and in time, maybe in a few months' time, we'll see how big things are, and maybe we'll have to, do a repot again, and maybe we'll split this in half and space them out again. But I don't want to rush things. That's a big problem. But again, I'm going to leave the vent hole open so that there is some airflow. And again, I'm going to check it daily or even every other day, and I'll mist the roots, and hopefully things grow really, really well. Again, this is the first time I'm doing a de-flask, so if you've done it in the past and had success with it, I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Yeah, anyway, wish me luck, and happy growing, everyone. Some, what is this? This is Magnolia grandiflora. So this is an exciting magnolia tree that has an evergreen leaf that is hardy to zone 6A. I am a zone